Hey, good morning. Well, October 1st, we made it. Finished up September, and here we go, October. It's going to be a full month again for us in the campaign. Be sure to go to jakemerrickforgovernor.com, of course, to check out the calendar. I don't know if we're the only ones in the race that are attempting to be fully transparent. For us, it's just about letting everyone know the journey we're on and how to join us in the journey. So if you want to know where we're going to be, when we're going to be there, and what dates we have open, so maybe we can come to you, just go to jakemerrickforgovernor.com and check out the calendar. Okay. And it's updated in real time. So as we add events to it, then it's automatically updated. And there are some events that are personal events, family birthday parties, whatever. And so those are blocked off as well. I'm pretty sure we've gone through so many different versions of this, but those should be blocked off. And we have some pretty important ones coming up. Actually, today we are headed back out to Tulsa. So all you guys out in Tulsa, we're going to be out your direction. And we've been going to Tulsa quite a bit, and we'll be going more. But it's been a lot of time spent out in the eastern side of the state. We're circulating. We've been out to the Panhandle as well. Sorry, I was still working on my coffee this morning. But we are all over. Let me see if I have that calendar handy. Yeah, here we go. So let's see. Czech Festival, that's coming up October 4th in Yukon. And then, of course, Twister Fest, the big car show out in Chickasha, truck show, actually. Looking forward to that out in Chickasha. If you're a car or truck guy, you need to check out Twister Fest October 4th from 3 to 9 p.m. I think there's like 30 bands going to be out there. I'm going to have a chance to speak at some point. And then October 5th, looking forward to this. It's the chili cook-off at Lake Thunderbird. Tulsa Men's Republican Club, October 8th. Back out in Tulsa next week. Then we got the Roger County GOP meeting in Claremore. And then the big Oklahoma Rising in Durant. So you guys down in Durant, get ready because we're coming for you. And it's going to be at Freedom Acres. How beautiful is that? That we get to have our Oklahoma Rising event at Freedom Acres, and they're going to do a big farm tour. So, I mean, this place is really incredible. Growing. I mean, we just need about 1,000 more farms like this in Oklahoma. And chances are we do, and I'm just not aware of it. I know we've got a lot of homesteaders and smaller farms. This is a very large farm. I don't remember exactly how many acres he told me, but just producing the best quality produce without the chemicals and the genetically modified versions of things. So doing it right, and also strong patriots, strong Christians. I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to be going down to Durant October 11th for that. So I would say, hey, if you're anywhere near the area, come out and be a part. Okay. I don't know if you saw Secretary of War. Yeah, now it's Secretary of War, not Secretary of Defense. Love this guy. Pete Hegseth addressing the troops, the generals, and blowing up those old standards. What? This got me fired up. I got to bring it to you. Pete Hegseth, his speech. I just got some segments so you can, in case you missed any of it, or if you want to revisit it with me. This guy is doing it right. Of course, it's because of Trump. Trump sets the pace. He sets the tone. And he's the one who brought in Pete Hegseth and the others that are bulldogs, that are principle-minded, and they're in there to do the actual work, not just hold a position and pretend like they're somebody. So I love what they're doing. Actually, this is President Trump.
Back a focus on fitness, ability, character, and strength, and It's because the purposes of American military is not to protect anyone's feelings. It's to protect our republic, and it's the republic that we dearly love. It's to protect our country. We will not be politically correct when it comes to defending American freedom, and we will be a fighting and winning machine. We want to fight, we want to win, and we want to fight as little as possible. You have to count on people like me to keep you out of wars, because we don't want to go into wars. We're bringing...
So good. It's time to end the political correctness. That's what he said. And, no one wants to go to war. He's been the president of peace, but because just use the age-old adage of peace through strength. And President Trump has led the way in rebuilding America and the American military and American might and American strength, economic strength, military strength, and I would say moral strength. We're seeing, of course, the surge of this with in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's assassination, just a heavy emphasis, a return back to principles and morals. And I can't tell you how excited I am about that, about the hunger people have for truth. There is an unprecedented hunger for truth right now. And I tell you, I had 7 young men at my house over the weekend because I just say this is a window. We have a window of opportunity to reach those who are seeking, to be there for those who are looking for truth. And I opened up my home. Of course, it wasn't in my home. It was outside. We had a campfire. It's the way guys do it. And we had a campfire with 7 young men who just got radically touched by God. And they're on a completely new path. So this is only going to build in momentum. I didn't have this on social media because I didn't do it for social media. I'm not doing this for clicks. I'm doing it to change culture. And so many great things are gone unnoticed because people doing them are doing them for the cause itself, not for how it can benefit them. I really get tired of the reels online of people feeding the homeless or doing acts of kindness and posting it on social media. For me, it just undermines the whole thing. I just scroll by it because it's pointless, it's fake, and it doesn't do much for me. I'd rather not scroll and watch other people do good things, for one. I'd rather go do it myself with other people. So it's time for all of us to get activated, to get mobilized, and to start doing the good works. So I started myself and encourage you to do the same, because therein is purpose. Therein is life. So I'm telling you, it fires me up. Back to Pete Hegseth. Part of this whole cultural shift we're seeing in America, a shift back to what Trump has been saying from the beginning: MAGA, make America great again. And we are seeing it now in the United States military. I've got to play some clips from Secretary of War, no longer Secretary of Defense, but Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth.
I want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape, or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men, or troops who are not fully proficient on their assigned weapons, platform, or task, or under a leader who was the first but not the best. Standards must be uniform, gender neutral, and high.
So good. Uniform, gender neutral, and high. I mean, common sense. And so here he speaks to standards for women, making it very clear. He's not sexist, not misogynistic, not demeaning or diminishing the role of women. It's simply about standards. And if you can meet it, great. If you can't, move on along. And what I love how he says this at the end of this clip is it's not just about women. It's about weak men too. It's simply about those who can or cannot meet standards. You cannot continue moving the goalpost, moving the bar. Here we go.
And I want to be very clear about this. This is not about preventing women from serving. We very much value the impact of female troops. Our female officers and NCOs are the absolute best in the world. But when it comes to any job that requires physical power to perform in combat, those physical standards must be high and gender neutral. If women can make it, excellent. If not, it is what it is. If that means no women qualify for some combat jobs, so be it. That is not the intent, but it could be the result, so be it. It will also mean that weak men won't qualify because we're not playing games. This is combat. This is life or death. As we all know, this is you versus an enemy hell-bent on killing you. To be an effective, lethal fighting force, you must trust that the warrior alongside you in battle is capable, truly physically capable of doing what is necessary under fire. You know this is the only standard you would want for your kids and for your grandkids.
100%. I mean, Joyce tuning in there. Good morning, Joyce. I didn't know you had 25 years in the Army. That's awesome. Thank you for your service. And yes, she agrees. He's right. This is not about men or women. It's simply about standards, holding the bar high, and considering your own children. Who do you want your sons to fight alongside? Those who are qualified and competent, or those who were given a pass because we have to be nice? No, this is not about being nice, especially in the United States military. We have plenty of enemies around the world who want to cut our head off. And it's important that we are equipped and able to defend and advance when we need to advance. I love what he said about war. We are not just in a defensive posture, that we need to be prepared to advance if necessary in a limited fashion, of course. But he speaks about that a little bit more in this clip, I believe. Let me see here.
If not, they're not standards. They're just suggestions. Suggestions that get our sons and daughters killed. When it comes to combat arms units, and there are many different stripes across our joint force, the era of politically correct, overly sensitive, don't hurt anyone's feelings leadership ends right now. Mm-hmm. At every level, either you can meet the standard, either you can do the job, either you are disciplined, fit, and trained, or you are out. And that's why today, at my direction, and this is the first of 10 Department of War directives that are arriving at your commands as we speak and in your inbox. Today, at my direction, each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only.
And important that he said the highest male standard only. Again, we're going to take the strongest male and say, this is the standard. And those on the left, of course, are going to lose their mind on this, saying, how does this fit in with the gender neutral, gender equality agenda that we've been hearing ad nauseum at this point over the last several years? Men are not equal to women. There are some strong women. There are some strong, firefighters on the law enforcement, military. But we all know, as a norm, men are going to be stronger, simply having more testosterone, bigger, more dense bones, more muscle. Even our brains function differently, not better, just differently. And we are different. We're distinct, male and female, XXXY. And we have our strengths, we have our weaknesses. But one of the strengths of men is our physical ability. And of course, I hope that we can enter into a new season of reclaiming that for men. I'm sick of the feminization of men. Of course, I think we have to look at our water supply and those things that are in our water supply and food supply that are boosting estrogen and lowering testosterone, a very real thing. But also culturally, what we're teaching, what we're reinforcing. And so those days, man, I just hope that we can follow the lead of this strong leader in the military saying, in our homes, in our schools, in our own circles of influence, we're going to raise the standard high. We're not going to lower them and call that love, call that kindness. That's weakness, and weakness is not good. Let me hear a little bit more from Pete Hegseth.
Because this job is life or death. Standards must be met. And not just met, at every level we should seek to exceed the standard, to push the envelope, to compete. It's common sense. And core to who we are and what we do, it should be in our DNA. Today, at my direction, we are also adding a combat field test for combat arms units that must be executable in any environment at any time and with combat equipment. These tests, they'll look familiar. They'll resemble the Army Expert Physical Fitness Assessment or the Marine Corps Combat Fitness Test. I'm also directing that warfighters in combat jobs execute their service fitness test at a gender-neutral, age-normed male standard scored above 70%.
Above 70%? Is he just cruel? Is he just cruel? No, it's time to stop giving people a pass. Now, what I'm asking as I hear these things is, how could we integrate this into our public school, our government school system? Do you think there's just a unanimous, overwhelming acceptance of this in the United States military? No. There's going to be a lot of them that are excited about it, and those who are already practicing this, they're going to say, yeah, finally. But then there's going to be a lot of individuals who have gotten comfortable with these lower standards, and they're going to push back. They're going to have something to say about it. No one is just going to be thrilled about being pushed out of their comfort zone. Again, I'm asking the question, how do we apply this same kind of mentality and discipline to our public schools? I've talked about it a long time, of course. I'm fully on board with MAHA movement, the Make America Healthy Again, the Make Oklahoma Healthy Again movement. I go back to, I've been looking at this for years now, the JFK initiative in La Sierra to see public schools, government schools across the nation raise their physical fitness standards. And JFK called it a matter of national security to prepare our young men for to be military prepared. But it does so much more than that. It creates discipline, overall discipline and focus, stronger self-image, self-esteem. So I think that implementing these kind of standards in our public schools would result in complete transformation, physical transformation for one, right? Also reducing the healthcare burden, but also improve academic standards. There's a direct correlation between physical health and fitness and mental health and fitness. And we need the strongest in our military. What if we took those same principles and applied it to our schools? Now, the school isn't about, the purpose of school is not to crank out military soldiers or physical specimens. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying there's a direct correlation between learning and physical health and discipline. And we've lost that as a culture. We've become fat and overweight and obese, and we've accepted that as the norm. So, we go to the fair, and what was considered obese, and if you look at the actual standards, like how you classify obesity, it remains, but culturally, what we would look at someone and call them obese. Now that's just a little overweight. We have a high percentage of our population that walk around in their daily lives with gross obesity. I mean, beyond just obese. And we've accepted that as the norm. It's not normal. It's not healthy. We wonder why our healthcare costs are why they are what they are, how to repair the medical system, the healthcare system. Well, I mean, it starts with us taking responsibility for ourselves. We as a culture have slowly lowered the bar. I would love to see leaders in every realm. I would call on pastors to start getting healthy again and raise that bar for your churches. You know, I'd love to see even legislators and teachers to adopt these same kind of standards, the same kind of mentality that says we're going to lead by example. And, you know, I believe it is only a net positive benefit. There's no negatives to it. It creates a stronger, more disciplined people.
Direction, and this is the first of 10 Department of War directives that are arriving at your commands as we speak and in your inbox. Today, at my direction, each service will ensure.
I played that already. Let me skip on over here because this is where he talks about the military standards.
Today, at my direction, we are also adding a combat field test for combat arms units that must be executable in any environment at any time and with combat equipment, physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War can do regular hard PT, so can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops.
Did he just call them fat? Did he just call them fat? That has become such a faux pas in our culture where you're not allowed to call someone fat. This is not demeaning someone's worth or value. Please understand. It's simply a fact that if you are overweight and you're fat, it's a recognition of reality that, okay, you need to lose weight. You need to get healthy. And it's completely changeable. It's something that's within your grasp and your control. Yes, there's different stages in life where it's harder, different personal situations where it may make it more difficult. But I've trained people for years. I was a personal trainer full-time for 12 years, worked with hundreds of people, all different kinds of abilities and disabilities, age groups, sexes. And, you know, one thing I absolutely know it is possible for anyone to get in shape and get healthy, 100%. And, you know, I appreciate his directness speaking to the soldiers that he stands over and saying, we're not going to allow you to be fat anymore. We are going to raise the bar, expect more of you. And I just hope, like I said, this trickles down to our general culture and says, okay, we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard. And then we're going to, because whenever you hold yourself to a higher standard, you look for leaders that are either living by that standard or even a higher standard that can inspire you to go higher. But whenever you accept a low bar, then you accept a low bar from your leaders too. And you accept a leader that has low standards. So who are you following then? Who are you listening to? Let me hear a little bit more from him on these physical fitness standards.
Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are.
Wow.
So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test. But today, at my direction, every member of the Joint Force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year, as well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year.
I mean, should we not do this for law enforcement? I mean, I think this should be basic standard. I mean, it seems that there is a PT test and a standard to get into the law enforcement and the military, but now he's making it very clear that to stay in the military, you're going to have to maintain that level of fitness. And I think that should be the basics for our law enforcement. I mean, honestly, we should not have fat police officers. Love them, love you guys if you're listening, but it's time to raise the bar across the board. And it's not just about being fat. I mean, fat is a symptom of something else, right? Is, I believe, a symptom of misprioritization. Same thing as financial wellness, or if you are, getting divorced or on your fourth or fifth wife, it's an indicator there's something off there that you might need to look at. And so it's just a symptom that you say, okay, this is not healthy. We've accepted it as the norm, but it shouldn't be accepted. It's not healthy. And your body wasn't designed to carry that much weight all the time. And it's no wonder that our cancer rates, our diabetes rates, our heart disease rates are so high, that our healthcare costs are so high, because we have just accepted that this is the norm. I mean, no longer do we wait once a year. No longer do we wait once a year to go eat fried Oreos, at the fair. It's one thing. I mean, that's bad enough once a year, but if you find that your snack is fried Oreos once a week, you're going to have problems. So let me play a little bit more from Secretary of War Hegseth.
Every year of service. Also today, at my direction, every warrior across our joint force is required to do PT every duty day. Should be common sense. I mean, most units do that already, but we're codifying it. And we're not talking like hot yoga and stretching. Real hard PT, either as a unit or as an individual. At every level, from the Joint Chiefs to everyone in this room to the youngest private, leaders set the standard. And so many of you do this already.
Leaders set the standard. Leaders set the standard. It's a great word. Not hot yoga or stretching. We're not going to do something and call it sufficient. No, we're going to find out what needs to be done for real physical lasting change. And we do that regardless of how difficult it is. But I appreciate him saying that you're going to be required to do daily hard PT that actually challenges you and grows you and strengthens you.
Active, guard, and reserve.
All right, that was it of it. That was all of it. Just love this boldness, this true leadership, true example of leadership being displayed from Trump and his cabinet. And truly, we are stepping into an age of greatness as a nation. If we can maintain this, then I believe this is something that can last for generations. Of course, as soon as if the left is ever able to get a foothold again, the first thing they'll do is throw these standards out, because honestly, I just believe there's an agenda to crush this nation, to weaken it, we're seeing right now the Senate and House leadership, they would love to see the Electoral College go away, and all in the name of saving the democracy, because they're under this illusion that we are a democracy, that there is a democracy to save. We are a constitutional republic, representative republic. We are not a democracy. And so that's what we're seeing right now with the attempt to implement State Question 836 here in Oklahoma. It's more fair. Okay, we need the majority. No, we need representation. And that's what we currently have, and that's what we need to keep. We need to keep representation, and we need the Republican Party to be strong and to put forth strong candidates that represent the party platform and will hold to the party platform and push back against those who want to change it. Hold to the Constitution. I mean, the platform should be in alignment with the Constitution. Okay. And where it's not, the platform needs to change. So we set forth the Constitution as the preeminent document that we agree to honor and serve. But that party platform should be in agreement with that. And we need true Republicans here in Oklahoma. I think we're all sick of the rhinos. We're sick of the days of weak-minded Republicans. It's time for strength. It's time for bold leadership. It's time to say things that may not be politically correct. Say the hard things. Do the hard things in their personal life, but then also on the platform. When you get on the platform, are you willing to still say the hard things? I promise you I am. And that boldness just grows every single day. The more I'm going out, speaking to people, seeing the climate and the landscape of Oklahoma, the more I am determined to speak the truth, because the truth is the only thing that will change things. So we're bringing the truth all across the state of Oklahoma. We need your help, by the way. We need your help. This is a true grassroots movement. Without the people, this will not succeed. Going up against millions of dollars and tons of ads across the states from other candidates. We're working behind the scenes. We're working under the surface, off the radar, working in people's lives. And I'm depending on you and people like you across the state to do the hard thing and actually own this race, make it your own, and go out into your neighborhood, talk to people, spread the message of this campaign. It's going to take everyone owning it and doing this. With the 7 young men that I poured into on Sunday night, I told them, I said, I am sick of the version of Christianity we've been fed the last several years, maybe your whole life, that is content to sit around and play some songs on a guitar and then go home, to have a nice, encouraging message and then call that Christianity. It's not. There's so much more, and it's going to require us to get out of our comfort zone and go do the hard things. So, I'm raising up some young men to go do hard things, And I want to encourage you to do the same thing. On the heels of Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and what he has encouraged, the standards he's setting, and not just encouraging, but demanding. On the heels of what he just said and what President Trump said, I think we should adopt that same mentality here in Oklahoma. Let's raise the bar for ourselves individually, for our families, for our communities, and for our state. And let's lead the way. I'm depending on you. I need warriors with that kind of mindset. We're determined to go take this state back, to say that big money cannot control it anymore. It will be up to the people. And if we adopt that same mentality, we can take it back. So appreciate you guys. Go check out JakeMerrickForGovernor.com and donate. Donations are desperately needed, and it's going to fund us. We're going to Tulsa today, and we do our best when we go out to, like tonight, we're staying with a friend in Tulsa. We're not using campaign money to buy a nice lavish hotel. We're staying with our friends to make this money go as far as possible. And we're going all around the state. It's exciting to see. I'm going in person all around the state. And so your money, your donation is going to be put to the best use. We're looking at some awesome opportunities to, I'm hesitant because, do we reveal our strategy? Do we talk about what we want to do? Maybe so. Maybe we'll hold on to it a little bit longer, but we have some cool strategies that we're going to put out there that I believe are going to be cost effective and go a long ways, have a big impact. And so we're doing our best to be good stewards of the money that's been donated to the campaign. So you can have that confidence. JakeMerrickForGovernor.com, that's where you can give, but be sure to share, like this live stream. If you could share it, it'll go a long way to help getting the word out and the name recognition, just so people are familiar with who I am and what I'm running on. So, hey, if you're in Tulsa, hope to see you today. And I'll be out in Claremore coming up soon. I guess what is that? me make sure I got my time right. When am I in Claremore? Oh, that's on the 9th. So I'll be back out in Claremore, and yeah, it's gonna be a full October. Gonna be all over the place. So appreciate all your help, all your prayers. Thank you for all you who've been praying for me and my family. So it's not easy. It's not easy, but it is worth it. But love you guys, and I will see you back here Friday morning. Bye-bye.